Hello, my name is Elin Daun. I'm one of the PhD students of Solve. My research topic, it falls within social sciences, and more specifically, it's within innovation science and sustainability transition studies. It can be framed as the social context of PV as a sustainability transition provider in the built environment. I'm an industrial PhD student. My industry is RISE, Research Institutes of Sweden. My school is Halmstad University, the doctoral program of innovation science. So, regarding my research, as we all know, solar power, PV, it can be framed as many things. In my research, we look at PV as an important innovation to provide for the sustainable transition of the construction sector. I'm looking at the context of the spread and establishment of PV in the construction industry from a social science point of view. My first case study will focus on a specific actor in the construction industry, the developer, and more specifically, the developer that handles multifamily housing projects, which has PV. So the developer or the construction client, or in Swedish, byggherre, has been shown in former research to be a very important actor when it comes to the establishment and spread of innovation in the construction industry. This specific case study will explore how the strategy of the developer, the strategy as if they want to sell housing units or rent out housing units, how that will affect their approach to PV in their projects. By interviewing the developers and asking them about specific housing projects, but also about the learning process between housing projects, we aim for breadth in the understanding of the learning, the barriers, and the opportunities for solar in multifamily housing projects. Motivations are to understand the establishment and spread of innovations such as PV in the construction industry. My motivation on the macro scale is the sustainable transition or the sustainability transition of the construction sector. PV here plays a huge role as a provider of clean energy, which can be integrated in our built environment. PV transforms the place for buildings in the energy provision from something passive to something dynamic. My motivation and passion on the more of the micro scale, more me than society, is that I'm an architect who's worked a lot with innovation in the construction sector, both in practice and in academia. And I'm very curious about what the systemic workings around innovations in our construction sector looks like. My day-to-day activities, they vary a lot since I have two places of work, both industry and academia. The practical part of my PhD, those 20% which fully academic students use to work as teachers or something like that in the academia, I use to work in research projects at RISE. They can be related to my PhD or something completely different. My research, it contributes to my field of sustainability transitions research by digging deeper into a sector which traditionally has had less spotlight in the field. By looking at PV in the construction sector rather than PV in the energy sector, we hope to contribute with new and fresh insights on the context and spread of the innovation. Sustainability transition research is a high impact field. Findings from the field can crystallize as policy and other political incentives, aiming to affect the sustainability transitions of different sectors and the world at large, often by supporting the spread of certain innovation. My research might be able to highlight new and useful aspects, and it might even highlight the need of other incentives than policy in order to gain momentum in these questions. Thank you for your time.